And this seems to be like the overarching approach of President Trump. You've got his new socialists coming in effectively to run Mexico. They know that the economic relationship with the United States matters, right? They know President Trump means what he says. They've got to work with him. And so that means they're going to have to start to compromise and say yes to certain things. Because without us, there is going to be even more economic problems if you've got a socialist leader who wants to have a party down there, and they're going to need economic cooperation with the United States. The part of it is moving automobile manufacturing more 75% here versus 62.5%, at least they say. So what it says is that you're right, is that Mexico knows that America matters and that they've got to work with President Trump and that he's not kidding. And this is where you get good deals. And he's done it.
Well, Dana, I take a little bit more skeptical view.
You do?
Which is that the president did away with NAFTA when before it could have been renegotiated peacefully and made attacks on not only Canada but Mexico as ripping us off.
Doesn't sound like the
ripping
president.
us off. Oh, it doesn't sound like it, right?
Nah.
Well, look, nobody went to war, right? So there was. We're still peaceful.
Absolutely.
And better trade means for better neighbors. It's like having a wall or a fence, right? Like
Is that in there too?
It might not be in there, but I think this agreement in principle, like it's all good. I don't think it's as big as it could have been. The sunset that the Trump team wanted was a 5-year sunset. It's a 16-year sunset with a 6-year review period. Right. So I think people got a lot out of it. I disagree. I do think that it's easier for an outgoing lame duck president in Mexico to work with the president of the United States to get something done. And I think the new leader said, could you please get this done before I take over?
Well, I mean,
that
three
makes a
people
lot
working
of sense to me.
Two nations.
Yeah, I do think on the locally sourced thing, though, that what will happen is that cars will be more expensive if they're made here.
Yep.
And I think a lot of those U.S. manufacturers will figure out a way to make more in China and export them this way. So it'll all work out in the end. I'm for more trade.
Well, Greg, you and I negotiate daily.
Of course.
Yeah.
Over things we can't discuss. By the way, I'll get it to you after work.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
And Michael Cohen will eventually leak it to Lanny Davis.
You know what's interesting? Donald Trump shows how he's far less racist than Hollywood. Because whenever Hollywood gets pissed off, they go, we're moving to Canada. We're moving to Canada. See? In Trump's world, Canada is the bridesmaid. He went straight to Mexico. So that steals another talking point away from the media. And it also proves all the Paul Krugman's wrong, who said he wasn't going to revamp and he wasn't going to keep up his end of the bargain. So I thought it's kind of interesting.
They'll end up saying that it's not that big a deal, but that's fine. I also think this. I think NAFTA has been, it was bad for certain groups of people, and the president spoke directly to them. I think renaming it is fine. If it takes the toxicity out of it and makes everyone for trade again, like, let's just go with it.
Yeah,
let's just
exactly.
call it whatever
It's
you
branding.
want.
It's what the
I
president
just want
does.
to see
It's
Canada
branding.
do something. Well, now, what is Canada going to do with their
They're going to
dairy
come to the
prices?
table right now.
Are they going to do it?
Don't have a cow.
Sure.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is that the Bernie Sanders folks, the unions, we're big opponents of NAFTA.
Yeah.
Because it was taking jobs in this country. So then you get Donald Trump comes in and he comes at it from the right, that populist point of view. But I'm not sure that he will be able to say this is bringing a large number of jobs back. But he will be able to say he made a deal and that I think it satisfies Wall Street, Brian.
It shows another thing that he said he was going to do that he's going to do.
Well, let's hope.
All the while
Fellas.
he's being chased by this giant machine trying to unseat him. He still goes to work every day.
Yeah, but I
He goes
worry
to
about
work
the
every day,
Chinese.
and he does deliver. We've seen in every single case it helps with jobs and the
Well, I
economy
hope
and
so.
the stock market.
I
Without
worry
exception.
about the big one. I think Wall Street's worried about the Chinese deals and what happens.
But
there.
everybody wants it reconfigured. So he's got Democrats and Republicans.